With this recent breakdown in the Bitcoin price, guys, is it possible for Bitcoin to reach crazy levels, for example, 12,000 US dollars? Was Il Capo from Twitter right after all? That is something I want to discuss in today's video, and I want to give you a clear structure, or actually a clear manual, how you can prepare and avoid such a disaster if it were to happen, how you can recognize it, how you could protect yourself from it, but also the opposite side, how you could actually recognize that this is not going to be the case. Guys, that's going to be the topic of today's video. I will spread some warnings right here because we are seeing some interesting things happening over the regular financial markets. We broke some key levels right here. I want to talk with you about the potential effect that this has on Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, it will be very interesting. But let's start with this chart. This is the BLX, and the yellow line that you are seeing right here, that is the 200-week moving average. And in that case, actually in this example, you could say things look different. And I've made a video about this a couple of days or 1 week ago where I'm also talking about this, right? The title was I'm worried. Because normally during every bear market, the 200-week moving averages is functioning as a support. As we could see right here in 2015, 2019, here in the March 2020 crash, it also functioned as support. We got a wick below it, but it functioned as support. Right now, we clearly trading below this level. We retest this level as resistance, and basically right now retested this level again. So the 200-week moving average is broken to the downside, which is something we haven't seen in Bitcoin's history before. What does that say? Well, it basically says that the momentum in the macro time frame basically is slowing down. So that momentum that we have right here, that is just slowing down. And in fact, that is also fitting really into that 16-year cycle, right? Where we actually have seen the fire of the cycle. We actually already seen it. That doesn't mean though that we cannot surpass these all-time highs, because even with a lower momentum swing, we can still surpass these all-time highs. Right, similar as that this momentum swing was way less than this momentum swing. You see, this momentum is way bigger than this. So you can see already that the power behind these bull markets is slowing down. But it makes completely sense because the market cap of Bitcoin increases as well. So we need more liquidity to get similar gains as we did in the past, which is more difficult. That's why the gains percentage-wise are lower. And that's why I think we are right now trading below the 200-week moving average. But we do have to be careful right here because we really do want to break this level as soon as possible for Bitcoin to get this bullish momentum back. And the sooner we break that level, the higher the likelihood, in my opinion, that we actually see something playing out like the 16-year cycle. Then guys, let's go to Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame. I want to bring you guys to this chart, because this chart I think is just looking quite good. Why is that? Because we have this declining resistance started from November 2021. That resistance right now is being tested exactly at a 60-day cycle low date. Right, so all the time we have these green arrows. Roughly around that period we are seeing a low in the Bitcoin price. Right now we do get a new low in the Bitcoin price on that time, on that date, and on a very significant level right here. Does that mean that this was the bottom? No, because there's one thing that I actually a little bit worried about right now. That is the S&P 500. Because the S&P 500 was in this uptrend right here, but we broke below the 200 daily moving average right here. But we also broke below this former resistance, which actually should function as support for people to consider this breakout basically still valid and to continue to go up right here, which of course a lot of people were anticipating, right? Because the structure looks like it. We have a megaphone pattern kind of. We break out, retest, we bounce, very small bounce, and we lose these levels. This is a huge warning signal, and often, guys, a break below the 200-day moving average results or could result in a capitulation event. So, for example, we see it right here, break below the 200-day moving average, we get quite a drop. Right here as well, we break below it, we retest it, we get quite a drop. Here it acted as resistance, here also break below it, quite a drop. Here also March 2020, guys, or actually, yeah, February, March 2020, we saw it earlier in the stock market. That was also the major sign right here, was a break below the 200-day moving average, and we got a major capitulation to the downside. And this is also what I want to talk about, because we know all Il Capo on Twitter saying that Bitcoin is going to reach $12,000 US. Is this still possible? Anything is possible, but you gotta need a plan. You gotta have a structure in place in how to predict this, how to prevent this. If this, then that, kind of an algorithm. And I'm going to walk you through that algorithm in today's video. But let me do some more examples right here. Here also break below the 200-day, and we get eventually a capitulation event. Here 200-day has been acting as support. Here also break below 200-day, bam, massive drop, bam, massive drop. So this kind of looks bearish, right? That break below the 200-day, and it is a decisive break, is not looking too good. How can we basically protect ourselves when trading Bitcoin? Well, first of all, guys, one of the things that I'm also teaching in my cryptocurrency trading course is Fibonacci retracements. And if we look at this move, for example, this move, we can see that Bitcoin come down right here to the golden ratio. If we measure it from this low till this high, comes down to the golden ratio, but breaks below the golden ratio. That is already the first big warning signal, this break right here. And I should have recognized that right here in this trend, that this was already a warning signal, and that if we break this level, we actually have to remain slightly more bearish and cautious until this level is reclaimed. But there is also a possibility we go to the next level, the 78.60%, which aligned with this support, which is a nice argument you can make for this structure, right? Nevertheless, we broke below the golden ratio, but then breaking below the 78.60% actually is already a early sign that this uptrend is broken, because normally in a uptrend we have a retracement. Of course, that retracement can go as high as to here, because this is still the low. We still could set a slightly higher low right here. That is possible, but breaking below the 78.60% increases the likelihood significantly that this is not a retracement, but that this is a real move to the downside, not just a retracement to go back up, right? So this is how we actually could spot in this scenario, in this trend, that the uptrend was broken. We could spot that slightly before we actually broke this low. So in that case, you have somewhat of an advantage against other traders. So we are going to do the same thing right here with this move, guys. So if we were to draw a Fibonacci retracement tool from the lows right here till the top, then we can already see we touched the 50%, 19,810, right? At the cycle, the 60-day cycle low. This to me, guys, actually looks quite good. It looks quite bullish. I think Bitcoin is not looking too bad if we only look at Bitcoin. Right? If we just look at Bitcoin, we have like a downtrend for over a year. We have a very clear resistance line. We break above the resistance line. We get a small rally. We get a kind of big correction, which is normal in bullish markets. We will get corrections. We land on a 60-day cycle low at the 50% Fibonacci level at 19,810. That's also quite significant, right? On that support zone, so far this level is being held as support, so that is also good. The only thing that is a huge warning signal right now, guys, that is not to be ignored, is of course the regular financial markets, because if this chart is going to cause a huge capitulation event, then this chart has been correlated with Bitcoin. What are we going to see with Bitcoin? But I have to be honest, guys, I'll be more bullish here than bearish because the structure of Bitcoin remains good. The structure of Bitcoin remains good right here. And although we were a little bit early with longing this coin, right? Because the 60-day cycle can also come on early, and we actually thought that we could bounce from this support level, but we broke it. We get it a couple of days later. Nevertheless, this could be definitely a level to bounce. But how is going to be the next? How can you protect yourself against that big of a move in Bitcoin? Well, if we were to continue this decline and we were to come, let's say we get a bounce right here and we were to come down to the golden ratio, then the moment we break below that golden ratio right here, that is roughly at 18,500, that is the moment that you need to basically start panicking. Once we break that level, you gotta remain bearish until this level is reclaimed. And whatever happens in this period, that most likely will be a liquidation event or some huge event. If we lose this level, 18,500, that would definitely be very bearish. And then the chances increase maybe of a small capitulation event. And maybe in the end, Il Capo could be right that we could see $12,000 with such a crash like we have seen in March 2020. It is funny that right now it's also March, so it's crazy that's actually a similar month while we are seeing a drop. So March doesn't tend to be that much of a bullish month. But overall, guys, like I said, if I look at the structure of Bitcoin, I think it actually looks quite good because we have kind of a 1 year decline. We get a breakout, retest, and corrections are very normal in a bullish market. When we have a look at the relative strength index, for example, look how much this already has been retraced. We came as low to the FTX crash approximately right now, and we are already way above the cycle low right here at 15.5k. Right, so this is a huge retracement of the relative strength index, which creates a lot of space for more upwards momentum. So yeah, guys, I remain slightly bullish right here on Bitcoin, but I do think the possibility is there. We are going to test the 61.80%. We are going to test $19,000 right here. That is a possibility. However, it would make sense for Bitcoin to bounce at these levels as well. If you want to protect yourself, a break below 18,500 is going to be that moment where you actually want to hedge, you want to get out, wait for that reclaim, and just jump back into the reclaim. And if you see something like this, it comes down and we get a reclaim and you get a small loss, because with that reclaim you get a slightly higher entry point, then so be it, right? You protect yourself against a huge capitulation event. But yeah, that's all based on your own risk management. If you want to get alerts on this, guys, if you want to get notified whenever these important changes are happening in the markets, I would highly suggest to you to join WhaleAlerts. WhaleAlerts is a extra program from the whaleportal website. WhalePortal is it's a website, actually a cryptocurrency trading dashboard, which you can use to view derivatives exchange data. And we are taking a lot of data which you can use basically to predict the price action of Bitcoin. Right now we can see also very negative funding rates, which is also confirming the fact that we could go up from here, from these levels. And nevertheless, for short-term trading, you should always use derivatives exchange data, because it can save you a lot of money and it brings that extra dimension to trading Bitcoin. And we have an extra program right here. It's called WhaleAlerts. If you join WhaleAlerts, which right now still is for free, you can just join by signing up on Bybit with the affiliate link down below, or by clicking on this image. You gotta meet the deposit requirements, a minimum deposit of $100. After that, you can just submit your user ID, email address, and Telegram handle. You will be put into this Telegram channel where I'm uploading extra videos, extra information, and where automated alerts are being shared from WhalePortal's charts. So guys, if you're interested in that, make sure to do so. Check for more information, whaleportal.com, right here on WhaleAlerts. Then I want to thank you all for being here with me. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Right now it is snowing in Holland. It's really cold. Let me know what weather it is at your place, but we haven't seen snow in Holland for quite a while, so this is quite interesting to see. Guys, be careful when trading. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Bitcoin, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.